everyone, Kaori over here, and I am going to be talking about SummerSlam 2017. I know I'm 2 days late, but it's been a long time, past couple days. I can't even speak right now. So joining me is WWE guru and wrestling fan, Ryan Myers.
Hey, Corey. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, thanks for doing this with me. It's so fun to fangirl / fanboy out, even though it's kind of weird calling each other that. But we're going to talk about SummerSlam. We're not talking about the pre-show because I didn't get a chance to watch the pre-show, although I read the results, and I have a couple things about that. I'm kind of sad that Tozawa lost to Neville. He only had the championship for a very, very short amount of time, and I'm kind of, as much as I really like Neville as the king, and he is really, looking fantastic, I'm kind of over it. Do you have anything to say about the pre-show yourself, Ryan?
Not really. I think a couple of the matches, I actually think two of the pre-show matches should have been on the card, and two of the matches on the card should have been on the pre-show.
Okay.
Just because they didn't do anything with a couple. But yeah, the tag match with New Day and Usos, that was a really good match. I think that might have been like second best match on the entire show. That should have been on the main card. So, and they kind of wasted the Miz and Hardys and all them. They probably should have been on the main show. But
yeah.
But I agree. I think Tozawa should have kept the belt a little bit longer, just because he only had it for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of weird to switch it back to him unless they're going to do something with it story-wise going forward. But hopefully they don't just give it back to Neville and have him keep going with it.
Also, Tozawa's mighty entertaining. He's got a really good character, and Neville, he's strong, but after a while, you just want to see that title be switched and see how other people work with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so let's get into the main show, which is 4 hours long. My gosh, can WWE come up with anything longer? How long is WrestleMania going to be next year? 24 hours?
I've heard that there's rumors they might actually do it over multiple days eventually because it's too long. It's
going to be like Coachella for wrestling, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they could do it. I know New Japan does it for the G1 and all that stuff. They do it over multiple days, so they could do it, but it'd be pretty weird. It's never been done before, so they'd have to figure out the logistics and all that. So
it does sound pretty logical, though, considering the roster and how, like, now that Raw and SmackDown are completely different entities, it would make sense.
Yeah, and you can't expect people to sit there for 6+ hours.
No.
Like, no matter how good the matches are, eventually people get burnt out sitting there. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. It took me a couple struggles because SummerSlam, well, I had internet issues, and I also just kept falling asleep at certain parts. Not because it was not interesting, but it was just long.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the first match of the night, which was Baron versus Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that you liked about this match, and how did you like the outcome of Cena winning?
Not too much from it. I get the feeling WWE's either tired of Corbin or they don't know what to do with him because they made him lose his Money in the Bank briefcase and he pretty much jobbed to Cena.
Yeah.
And then Cena just went straight to Raw. So I really don't know what they're doing with Corbin. I don't know. I think he wasn't ready to come up. I think he should have stayed in NXT a little bit longer.
I'm surprised what they're doing to Corbin because when he first got here, I thought they were grooming him to be one of the top stars, and initially I wasn't feeling him too much, but as he was constantly being in, pretty decent matches, I thought, okay, I can get behind this guy. I see what WWE is doing here. But you're right, like they pulled a switcheroo, they made Cena win, and they also aren't doing much with Corbin. He lost rather quickly. His Money in the Bank, you're right. And one good thing I liked was I wrote that there was that one chokeslam to backbreaker that he pulled on Cena, and I thought that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought he messed up. I thought he accidentally dropped him on his knee.
I did too. And then they replayed it, and I'm like, nah, that looks really awesome. Yeah, like, I can imagine how much that would hurt and how much strength it would take to pick up someone like John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
So all in all, I think, aside from what the hell they're doing with Corbin, the match I thought was good. This ending was stupid. That's what I think.
I'm pretty much the same. The match was okay. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't it wasn't bad. But yeah, it just kind of was like didn't have much of a build-up, I guess. And then there was no payoff. And then John Cena left. He's on Raw now, so
which is so weird.
Again, so Yeah, it's kind of like they just had to do something with Corbin and Cena, and they just kind of threw them together, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you would think that if they wanted to get Corbin up there, they would have had Cena lose and then move to Raw. I don't know, just weird.
Yeah, I thought either Corbin would win, either straight up or like cheat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was surprised Cena won so clean, but I mean it makes sense that you can kind of tell where they're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll have to watch. I haven't watched SmackDown today, so I don't know what he's doing, what Corbin's doing.
Also, disclaimer: I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown yet. It's just been a long couple days, as I mentioned. Okay, let's move on to the next match. We got Big Cass versus Big Show. Oh wait, I'm skipping one. Let's go backwards a little. Natty versus Naomi. Is that the right one? Yes. Natty versus Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Natty's now tied with Trish Stratus for the most pay-per-views matches for a female.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that Naomi can't cut a promo. I shouldn't be saying that because I've been rooting for her to be a champ for the longest time. But for me, she doesn't have the whole package, yeah, she glows, but there's no credibility in it when she's talking about how she wants to beat someone or she's going to win. She's not that champ I thought she was going to be. Aside from skill set, she doesn't have it all, Yeah,
so, I as far as like wrestling skill and stuff, I think she's probably like top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Athletically, I think she's probably the best. But in ring, she's good. Her promos are not good. It's always kind of like, yeah, you're gonna feel the glow. It's like, okay, well, what does that actually mean? Also, like her entrance is cool. I think it's cool. The glow belt is cool, but it's just like kind of what does it mean? Kind of thing. Like, are you just a dancer?
Get behind it because we don't really get it.
Yeah, but I mean, in ring she's really good, so I don't have a problem with that. And she usually has good matches, but her character needs a little bit of a tweak, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, there's so much you can do dancing like you're at a rave after a while,
Yeah.
But the match overall had a lot of good chemistry. I thought the counters at the very end were really cool. And then Natty wins, and now Natty is champ again. It's been a while. Do you think she's going to be holding that prediction? Oh my God. Do you think she's going to be holding that belt for a long time?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Naomi gets a rematch, like always.
Yeah.
But I kind of think they're going to have Natty keep it for a while, and she's probably going to feud with Becky or Charlotte, because Charlotte hasn't done anything since she's been there. And if Charlotte's a face, she needs a heel, so Natty's a heel.
Yeah.
So I would imagine hopefully that or her or Becky's going to start feuding with her. Otherwise, I don't know. They're wasting Charlotte and Becky. They're not really doing anything.
That's sad.
Yeah. So, and also Carmella didn't cash in.
I know. Everyone was surprised about that.
I kind of thought she would, but so I don't know what she's doing now either, because she's a heel, Natty's a heel. It's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. So. And
I wonder, once Carmella cashes in, will it be a wasted cash in? Or will it be a glorified cash-in? Because Carmella now, she's not the most skillful wrestler, but I do really find her entertaining, and I like her attitude and her vibe. But I just wonder what they're going to do with her, because when she cashes in and how it happens is going to reflect on what they want to do, right?
I would assume so. And like you said, she's good on the mic. She can wrestle. She's good. And then she has Ellsworth, so that's even more heat from the crowd because people hate him. So... I mean, they could do a lot with it. Also, I do think they may drag it out quite a while with the briefcase. They just had one cash in real quick, and it didn't work for Corbin. But I kind of think they'll wait a little bit longer, milk this out a little bit more, because it's just the crowd, they hate it. So it's just something for heat for it. So, and until we see what's happening with the women's division, it's kind of hard to tell when she's going to cash in or not. So. I kind of think they'll wait on it and see how stuff goes and who feuds with who. Because right now the main story is Natty has the title and Naomi gets a rematch, but the rest of the women, besides Carmella, I don't know what they're doing.
Right. Well, I mean, I think you're right, though. Charlotte and Natty might have something coming. I mean, they had something in the past when they were both on Raw, and they are both really entertaining, not only because of the legacy that they have, but they're just really good wrestlers together. But you're right. They're both heels. at the moment, so Charlotte would turn face. And I didn't have a good experience as Charlotte as face. I think she's a much better heel.
I agree.
So I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, now we go on to Big Cass versus Big Show.
Do we have to talk about this one?
A little bit, because Enzo, I used to have the biggest crush on Enzo, but after SummerSlam, I'm just done. He's crazy, and it's too campy for me. It's too much, it's too far how he's oiled himself up to get outside the cage. They make him look really weak and just good on the mic, but annoying on the mic. It just doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah, I think his shtick is getting old. I mean, he still pops the crowd when he comes out, and he is funny, but he talks too long. Like, it should only be a couple of jokes, whatever, let's get started. And it just drags and drags and drags, and I'm like, man, I don't care. Like, you keep talking, and like Kaz kicks his head off every match, so it's like he's not gonna win. So I don't really care. It's just a waste of time. So I kind of think this match was a waste of time. I really didn't. Honestly, I watched it, but I didn't watch it. If that makes any sense. I watched it, but I didn't care. So
I think the main point was to really show that Big Cass is, a huge entity that can. Did he win? He did.
Yeah, he won. Yeah.
It was like the most obvious prediction ever.
But then I thought it was. So I thought that was the end of it. And then on Raw, they fought each other again. Kaz and Enzo. And Enzo.
Oh, Enzo.
It was a Brooklyn street fight. So I'm like,
again?
In this thing, it's like, who cares? And they did something where Kaz, he didn't get hurt, but he, kayfabe, he got hurt. His knee got hurt. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but it's like, who cares? They shouldn't have broken them up. That was dumb. They should have just kept them together. I don't know why they broke them up. It made no sense.
I think it's fine that they broke them up, but I think the feud between Big Cass and Enzo is not working out for Enzo, because it just makes him look weak, and all he's good at is on the mic. And you're right, he talks way too long. I thought that, I know this is kind of saying a lot, but I thought like Enzo has the potential to kind of have that like Shawn Michaels attitude or like presence, because he has that formula, but it's just not working out. Like they're not doing Enzo right.
Well, that and he can't. He's okay in the ring, but he can't make up for in ring. Like, he's not that good.
Yeah.
People saying he should go to 205 Live, but even there, I think it'd be more exposed, because all the guys there are super good in the ring.
He's ridiculous.
He's not that good, so I don't know what they're gonna do with him. They should just make him a manager or something. Honestly, just talk for people, and he should just be a manager or something. I don't see him being able to. He's too small. I mean, he's probably normal size, but compared to everyone else in WWE,
definitely has a life. If you want to be a manager,
yeah, I would think he'd want to do that. But I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with him, because people still pop for him when he comes out. He sells merchandise, so he's making the money. But everyone says there's heat backstage with him. People don't like him, and he's just getting beat up all the time by Kaz. So I say
just take him back and make him out, repackage him, and bring him back out like a different person.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with him, because they got to change something. If people are kind of turning on him, so.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one we got Orton versus Rusev.
It's not even a match.
Can we skip this match?
It's not even a match. Yeah, this is one of the ones I said should have just been on the pre-show then.
Ugh.
They should have put the New Day tag match instead of this one move match. I don't know what they're doing. I feel sorry for Rusev. I don't know what they're doing with him. Yeah.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. He's just like, all right, I'll just do it. And Orton's like Cena 2.0, where he's a company guy to some extent. Like, okay, I'll do whatever you guys tell me to do. But this was just a waste of time, man.
Yeah, I don't like. He beat him up and then just RKO, and then that was it. I'm like, what's the point of this? Like, Randy Orton is fine, but I don't know why people like him so much. If he didn't, his finishing move is the only reason why people like him.
And it's funny because people were raving about the finisher of this match. Like, oh my God, now you're going to see this exact moment in the next WWE promo packages. It's like, are we really going to see it? Oh, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a waste of a slot. One of the other pre-show matches should have been in here instead if they're going to do that. So.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see like the cruiserweight match could have been in the
Yeah.
who took over that, you know, because people like the cruiserweights, even though Neville is dominating and we
Yeah.
want to see more out of it. But overall, like, not to go back on Tozawa, but he's cool.
Yeah. The only other thing I can think of, and I don't know, it's just me thinking about stuff, but maybe they were thinking they weren't going to have enough time for some of the matches on SummerSlam, so they cut this match super short to give all the other matches time.
I doubt it.
I doubt it,
I
but
think
I
it's gonna
mean,
be like that.
at least if that was the case, I can understand it. But if it's just straight and that's it, that's kind of really
Yeah.
kind of a waste.
Okay, so let's move on to for the women's championship on Raw, Sasha versus Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
These women performed so well. I thought it was really good and fluid all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I love Alexa so much. She owns her personality and her character and her craziness, and she's got really good moves, like with her gymnastics background, I think. But I'm kind of sad that she lost. I wanted her to retain, but it was obviously going to be Sasha. Everyone kind of knew Sasha was going to be a champ again for the fourth time or for however long, because there's no one else that can kind of go up against Alexa, and we don't want to see them go back and forth. But anyway, how do you feel about this match?
Yeah, I thought the match was really good too.
Yeah.
I'm the same with Alexa's really good. She's only been up for like a year, I think, in the main roster, and she's already like top heel. So yeah, I thought she was really good. I like Sasha a lot. She's a really good wrestler. Her promos are getting better. She needs to work on a little bit more. But yeah, I thought that match was really good, and I thought she was going to win just because it wouldn't make sense if she lost because there's nobody else to do anything with. So
that's the problem.
Yeah, so and on Raw they're already going to have a rematch next week on Raw for the title. So
yeah.
So
and
we'll
do you have any predictions on that? I mean, I think Sasha's going to retain.
Yeah, I think so too. I would imagine someone else is going to get involved somehow, either Nia or somebody else. But yeah, I think she's going to keep it for a while, and then I do think they'll probably end up flip-flopping it a few times.
Yeah.
Until the next major pay-per-view, probably.
It's tiresome.
There's not enough other. I mean, Emma's starting to have more matches. Bailey's out for a while.
Emma's a good wrestler, but she's boring, man.
Yeah. So
that's what I think. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just that's why I understand why she's not getting such a push. What is she like? I don't know, Terminator 2.0. It's just I can't get behind what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Hell, they can't get behind what she's trying to do. They're like, oh, she's looking hot on Instagram now, so let's put her on as Emelina. Oh wait, she doesn't look that great when she's moving on TV, so let's just get rid of that. You know, it was weird.
Yeah, it's I don't know what they're doing with some of this stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the really talented female wrestlers, I mean, they're all talented all across the board. A lot of them lie more in SmackDown right now. So essentially, Raw only does have Emma and Sasha and Alexa. And I know they had Alicia Fox fight at some point, but it's Alicia Fox.
And they have Mickie James. So
I forgot about her.
Yeah, they have people, but they don't give them time. They're not on.
Yeah.
I think they had a backstage segment this week, but like they're not having matches all the time, so you don't see them for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of backstage segment, I don't know where this was placed in the SummerSlam viewing because I didn't mark it down, but I just remembered the two general managers of Raw and SmackDown, Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle, doing that little skit. What did you think?
Yeah.
I thought it was super cute.
It was funny. Yeah. It was good. It's cool to see them interact with each other since they're never really around at the same time. So it's kind of like seeing two different generations of wrestlers, now general managers.
Yeah.
Interact.
It's really interesting to see Daniel Bryan at that capacity. He does a good job, though.
Yeah.
For sure. And so does Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's great.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, hilarious. He's like borderline campy, but it's just like.
That's why it's funny. It's like a dad or something.
Yeah. All right, so now let's talk about the Baylor Demon versus Wyatt. Mm-hmm. I think I texted you this, that Wyatt now, he's pretty much just a jobber. I hate to say it, but he keeps like they keep escalating to like, okay, we're gonna have a gigantic match with who and so, but Wyatt never wins.
I knew he wasn't going to win as soon as they put Balor in the demon outfit. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
okay,
can't put Balor in a demon outfit and
lose,
have him
so.
lose.
Yeah, I thought the match was okay. It just was kind of predictable.
Yeah, super
And
predictable.
you're right. When's the last time Bray ever won? Bray won the title on SmackDown, and then after that, he's like lost every feud he's done. So I don't know what they're doing. They kind of need to redo his gimmick too. I think the fans still like it. They still do all the lights and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the Wyatt thing anymore. How long has it been? 4 years, and he's been doing the same thing. I'm not saying that they need to repackage him, but it just has gotten stale for me.
Yeah, they need to tweak it a little bit, or make it so he doubts himself and he has to change his ways or do something interesting. Because right now it's not interesting. He always comes out and says he's a god. I'm going to do this, 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 and then he just loses. So it's like,
yeah. Okay. I think what would pique my interest is if they went backwards and said, well, let's go back and find out who the hell Sister Abigail is.
Yeah.
You know? They could totally use that. You revitalize that and make something happen out of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Well, they did when he fought Randy Orton, they did technically show Sister Abigail, her bones in the ground or whatever, that stupid thing.
Yeah, but WWE can totally pretend that this doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like Kofi Kingston's fake accent back in the day. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean and Rollins. 2/3 of the Shield have reunited for this match, or not for this match, but just in general. The Shield 2.0 win thanks to their finishers and the dirty deeds. I really like Sheamus and Cesaro together as a duo, and I'm hoping that they are going to continue to stay as a tag team. But what did you think overall about this? And what do you think of the reformation of the Shield?
I'll start with the match first. The match was good. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
The highlight of the match was Cesaro going into the crowd and getting the beach ball and popping it. That was really good. But yeah, I thought the match was really good. I do think Cesaro and Sheamus will be a tag team for a while. They're just like hitting their groove as far as tag teams go. They won the belts. They have the same outfits now. It's cool. So I think they're going to stay together for a while, especially because I don't think, besides Anderson and Gallows, there's not too many other tag teams that are heels. I know the Revival was there, but they keep getting injured. So they're out again. So I do think they'll be around for a while. As far as the Shield stuff, it's cool. I never was a huge fan of the Shield anyway. I just kind of thought it was whatever. So, I mean, it's cool to see them together, but I think the only thing people are waiting for payoff-wise is if Roman does something with them. Because right now it's just two, so I kind of think they're waiting for Roman to do something, but I don't know if they will because Roman's fighting in the main title picture. So unless they help him do something, or they need him for some reason, they're going to have a 3-on-3 match or something. I don't know. I don't really know what the point of putting Ambrose and Rollins together. They kind of should still be by themselves fighting for main titles, I think.
Yeah. So. Or Rollins. I predict Rollins. If Roman isn't in some capacity part of the redevelopment of the Shield, I do have a feeling that Seth is going to betray the Shield again. If that's the only way.
I think they should do. I think Ambrose should do it and turn heel. I think they should change it up this time because he's supposed to be crazy or whatever.
That'd be nice, right? But I just don't see WWE thinking outside the box like that.
People were speculating they were gonna do something on SummerSlam because they all were wearing black and red outfits. People were like, "Oh, they're all match, whatever," but nothing happened with it. So
right, yeah. I mean, would you like? I know you're not a huge Roman Reigns fan, but if he participated with the Shield, how would you feel? Even though you weren't a Shield fan either.
Depends what they were going to do. If they're going to be heels, I'd like it. If they're going to be faces, I think they would get booed out of the building still.
Yeah.
I don't think people would cheer for Roman Reigns in the Shield. I mean, some people will, but I don't think all the fans that boo him, they'll still boo him if he's a good guy in the Shield. If the Shield's bad, they'll probably cheer for him.
Yeah.
That's how fans are. So, but I'm interested to see what they do with him as Rollins and Ambrose tag, keep the belts or whatever. And then if they do add Roman or do something else to tease it or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so are you ready to talk about the main event? Disclaimer, not because it wasn't entertaining, but because I was butt tired, I fell asleep partially through the main event, but I wanted to get through this video. So Ryan, you're gonna have to take away most of it. But the main
We're
event,
skipping the matches though.
huh?
We're skipping the Owens match.
Oh my God. Let's talk about the main event first, and we'll go back
Okay.
to.
All right.
Thank you for calling me out on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you think of the main event?
The 4-way?
Yeah,
I thought it was super good. The beginning of the match was crazy.
I got to go back to it for sure.
And then I would consider probably match of the year so far.
Wow, that's
just for excitement and stuff. Obviously, some of the matches with AJ and all that stuff, those are good. But this match overall, like just the holy shit factor in the beginning, and then the back and forth and all that stuff, and I thought it was really, really good.
Do you think that it was correct to have Lesnar win?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, I don't know the backstage. I don't know, like people were speculating Lesnar might go to UFC or whatever, so makes sense that he would lose and leave for a while. But if he's not going to go to UFC, then it makes sense to keep the title on him. Him taking all those table moves from Braun really elevated Braun, I think. So now, like when he came out on Raw, the crowd's all cheering for him and stuff.
Wow.
So I think that built him up quite a bit, that match. And I think he's fighting Brock for the belt soon.
Okay.
So I think it did a lot for that. Joe was super good. Roman was good too. Overall, the whole match was really good.
I need to go back and watch it for sure because I have seen nothing but positive reviews about the results of this match. So, okay, so let's go backwards since I'm half dead to Owens versus AJ Styles with Shane McMahon as referee. I think this match was pretty fun, like really, 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 really fun, and I think that there was no other way to end it. It ended the best way possible.
Yeah, it was a really good match, and yeah, they had to involve Shane taking bumps and near falls and all that stuff, and then it has to be setting up for Shane and Kevin Owens to fight sometime because it has to be there. Owens thinks Shane's costing him matches and all that kind of stuff. So I don't see what happened tonight on SmackDown yet, but I would assume they'd keep going towards that, and eventually either a Survivor Series or review, Shane's gonna fight Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
which should be a good match too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So overall, like SummerSlam, what did you think? How do you think it stacked up? I think that it was one of the better pay-per-views of the year, probably one of the better SummerSlams in a while.
You're leaving out the most disappointing match.
Am I forgetting a match again?
The Jinder Shinsuke match.
Oh
the
my
most
gosh.
disappointing ending.
I gotta say, like, obviously I root for Shinsuke for obvious reasons, but Jinder's kind of killing it, dude. I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, look, see,
he's
I don't know.
killing my eyes. It's killing my eyes. I don't want to watch him wrestle anymore.
Why is it? Is it just too much veins going on, or what?
Well, that too, yeah. But he's just, he works hard, and I have no disrespect, but his matches. He's not a great wrestler, and his gimmick is fine. He's a heel. It makes perfect sense, but his matches all end the same way. Two guys get involved. He sneaks up on the guy and doesn't move. I mean, technically, yeah, he's a heel. That's how they're supposed to win. But it's just it's boring. But I do think Shinsuke will win the belt in the next couple pay-per-views from him. I think this was the loss, and now he'll fight him again, and those guys will be banned from ringside or something, and Shinsuke will win or something.
I think once WWE is ready to have Shinsuke win, I don't think they're ready to have a Japanese guy, let alone one who's not fluent in English, win.
Yeah, but they had to beat John Cena, so that means something.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's definitely elevated Shinsuke, but even if he didn't if he didn't win, people would still be behind Shinsuke,
Yeah.
I think if Shinsuke gets up there really, if he ends up with the title in the next couple pay-per-views, it will be because the WWE universe is listening to the fans, not because it's their creative idea. That's what I think. But
I'm hoping my prediction is Shinsuke wins the title, eventually, a couple months, and they work towards him fighting AJ for the title at WrestleMania.
Oh my God, that'd be
So,
epic.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to go towards that. People want that, so I think they should build to that. Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? A lot of things will change. And do you know of any other matches that I'm missing before we say anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're good now.
Okay. See, thank goodness for you, because even my iPhone didn't record all that stuff. Anyway, so do you have any last-minute thoughts?
No, I thought overall the pay-per-view was really good. I mean, it's super long. I mean, the SummerSlam, WrestleMania, they're going to be the longest because they're the main shows. I get it. So, but with the pre-show and the pay-per-view, 6 hours, it's like that's way too long to sit there for one sitting, for me anyway.
And then you have the Raw after, and then the SmackDown after, and then 205 Live after, and then there was Takeover.
I give all the fans that are out watching in Brooklyn, if they go to all the events, that's nuts.
It's definitely a different feeling, though, seeing it live versus TV, you know?
Yeah, but, well, even live, it's when we went to WrestleMania in San Francisco for 31? Yeah. So it's really cool, but it just, after a while, it's like, it draws and long, and having to watch the videos on the screen, the same videos over and over and over, like advertisements for like network and like Scooby-Doo, WWE cartoon movies and stuff. Like, it just gets like, you're just like, come on, let's go.
You just need a vacation from your vacation. That's just what always applies.
Pretty much, yeah. So, but I think it's really good, and I'm interested to see what they do now with most of the storylines, except for Kaz. I don't really care about that one. But all the other ones, the belts and stuff, yeah, I'm interested to see what they do now with the fallout from the four-way, Shinsuke Jinder, U.S. title. So I'm interested to see what they do.
I feel like they're gonna, if they have Kaz up against someone else, it's gonna be another big guy. You know? Yeah,
I would guess. I don't know. See, I don't know who he would feud with.
Corbin?
Yeah, I guess.
They also boring, though, similar looking.
Last Raw, the Bullet Club guys actually like helped Kaz beat up Big Show, but then they didn't do anything on SummerSlam with him or Raw. So I don't know what that was about. So I don't know. I think they should do something with those two guys too. I think they're not being used. I think they could be elevated more again, but
sure.
Anyway.
Okay, Ryan. Well, thanks for joining me, and let's recap the next pay-per-view. I think the next one is it No Mercy?
Yeah.
That's a month from now. They're giving us a month. I'm so thankful for that.
It's actually in LA too.
I know it's in LA. It's crazy. Well, let's try to go. We'll see if that can happen.
All right.
Okay, so is there a way for people to follow you on social media?
Oh yeah, I'm on Twitter at RYMyers25. I usually tweet out during pay-per-views and stuff too. So.
Yes, you do. And then you can follow me at KAORIOUS everywhere on social media. And thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time for some more wrestling talk. See ya.